Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Prowler Racing League season number 7, round 4 at the LaSalle circuit of Qatar. Getting everyone loaded into the lobby right now. Getting everyone set. So here is the circuit for tonight. You can see we're going to be under the lights in the desert, Qatar. One of those strange circuits that's originally a MotoGP track into a GP track. 3.367 miles, 1 DRS zone all the way down the main straight from 16 to 1. So look for overtaking happening into turn 1. So right now we're waiting for everyone to load up. Waiting for everyone to load in here. So let's get through it right now. The calendar, season 7, we're in round 4 at Qatar. Multi-stop for tonight, which is going to require drivers to do 4 pit stops. There's no requirement on tires. They can use whatever tires they want. But under dry conditions, the game's going to require them to do 2 dry tires throughout the race. If it rains, which we're in the desert, probably won't happen. But if it does, and a wet race is declared, then the multi-stop rule goes out the window, but that is highly unlikely for tonight. So, our team standings. McLaren out in front, 143. The Sauber dropping down, 110. Racing Bulls, 73. Ferrari, 53, moving up. Dropping Aston Martin down, 44. Haas with 34. Alpine 31, Williams 17, Red Bull 16, Mercedes yet to score this season. We do have 2 reserve drivers racing for them tonight, so hopefully they can score some points. Here is your driver standings, top 10. Susuke leading us away with 81. SC Fire in second, dropping down after last round with 76. Lone Fiber 62, Vanilla 53, dropping down behind Lone Fiber. 2 Asian moving way up into 5th with 35. I That Man dropping down 34. MLB the Show Me Your D with 32. Boogie moving up with 24. Dom, our reserve, after a great showing in the top 10, currently in 9th with 23. And Zaluxi dropping down to 10th. So, looks like we're getting ready for the qualifying session. Let's head on down to the track and get ready. So let's get rid of the in-game graphics. Go with our ready, heading onto track. Looks like the first car out. It's going to be the Haas's. One of the Haas's. Taking a look at the timing and scoring. First one out. Let's head to the track. So it's Anime Boy is going to be the first one out. So Anime Boy, bring us around the track here at LaSalle. Again, this is a MotoGP track, so very high-speed corners throughout. Not a lot of braking zones for that quick overtake. Primary spot's going to be down at turn 1, so we'll see how everyone goes. Real quick, let's turn off the, bring back the in-game ones. Looks like, yep, Aardvark, we gotta let him know to Anime Boy invalidating on this warm-up lap. He will be the first one to set a time. Everyone out on track right now on the softs. So using up a set of softs for the qualifying session. Again, this will be a 4-stop race. So we'll see what the strategies will be throughout the session. Through the high-speed 10. Looks like SC Fire setting the fastest first sector so far. So as we're watching here, Anime Boy keeping it on track, coming down to the final corner now. Turn 16, downhill to the start-finish line. Setting us off for tonight with a 1:23.214. It's going to be the time to beat right now. Let's head on down to... Oh, SC just invalidated, so we're not going to watch his lap. Let's keep an eye on... Next one through is actually going to be F4. J Sims across line 1:23.954. F4 setting purple mini sectors again. Fastest middle sector 27.175. Let's see what F4 can do coming through the final sector. To Asian with the 1:22.356. F4 pips it 1:21.475. Next up is going to be Sasuke across the line. P2. Dom across with 1:22.208. Rasha deploying so far. Personal best. Yet to set a time. Not fastest sectors so far, but setting a decent time. In the third sector. Down the main straight across the line. P3 for Rasho, the 1:21.909. Next up across the line is going to be I That Man. Pole position, a 1:21.453 for I That Man. So far, fastest sector is Sasuke with a 30.108 in the first. Or Sasuke, sorry. F4 in sector 2, 27.175. And third sector is Rasho with a 23.837. So next car is going to be setting a time as Gangy. See if we can get down to him in time before he gets across the line. And we don't. P7 for Gangy, 1:22.438. Firefighter, personal best so far, improving on his initial lap. Coming down to the final corner now. Crossline improves to P7, 1:22.406. SC set the time 1:21.457. It's going to be good enough for P2. Sasuke so far not improving. Oh, and off the track. So let's go check out Dom. Dom is personal best in the first sector. Mini purple sector in sector 2, but cannot improve. Lost a bit of time there. Ten minutes left to go in the session. Dom coming down to the start-finish line. P4, 121.970. Rasha in the Alpine going through the second sector right now. Personal best in the first. Right now, the top 5 under half a second. Rasha coming down to the final corner, going for the downhill. Across the line. P5, 121.532. We go with Sasuke. Fastest first sector. 30.015. Purple mini sector so far. Coming to finish the middle sector. Purple mini sector sets fastest middle sector. 0.3 up on I That Man. Sasuke coming down to turn 16. Still purple mini sectors all the way through. This will be your next provisional pole. 121.161 for Sasuke as we head down to MLB. Oh, he just invalidated. We were just about to watch MLB because he was improving but invalidated in that first sector, so that lap is done. So taking a look at it, your top 6 within 0.8 to the leaders, Sasuke. Everyone heading to the pits. Looks like I That Man going for another lap. Let's go check out the onboard and telemetry. Little to no battery as he started this lap, so I'm not sure how much he's planning on improving. He's not so far in the first sector. So the battery's not discharging anymore. This might be a wash of a lap. Jay Sims improving. Personal best through second and third sector. Improves time, but not position. Jay Sims, P13. 123.425. Let's head up to Gangy. Out on track right now. Also not improving. So I That Man across the line again to set a time, still not improving. Getting slowing down to get some temperature into the tires. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of drivers don't run different sets of softs for this qualifying session, as they'll save them for the race. As you can see, if we pull it up real quick, tire age so far. You got Sasuke out in front, 4 laps on his tires. That man's got 3. Boogie with 3. It looks like everyone else has been swapping out for new tires, so that's going to be one less tire that they can use during the Grand Prix. SC Fire, purple first and second sector. Let's head to him real quick if we can catch it. Pull up the lap timing so far. It is purple first and second sectors. He is going to be aiming to dethrone Sasuke as we come down to the start-finish line. He does a 1:20.887. Puts SC Fire in pole position. Great run there. So let's go take a look. Anybody else out on track? It looks like that man. Nope, he's in the pits. Gangy is in. Anime Boy retired from the session. So we got a couple drivers that are retiring out already, not thinking that they can improve or looking to make the tires last for the Grand Prix. So right now, here is your pole setter, SC Fire, out in front by just under 3/10. Let's head on down to Dom. Currently out on track, looking to... He's got purple mini sectors as he comes through sector 1, personal best in that first sector. 29.945. So just 0.05 off of SC Fire. Putting the power down through the second sector, across the line. Personal best again. Lost a little bit there at the end of the sector. 27.283. So a 10th of SC Fire's middle sector. We'll keep an eye on him as he comes around the final corner. Downhill. Cross the line. P6. Lost a lot of time in that last sector for some reason. Let's go check out Firefighter. Currently P8. Improving on his first sector. Too far back to get a tow from his teammate. 2 minutes left to go in this qualifying session. Personal best again through the second sector. Heading to turn 16. Now to get onto the main straight. Firefighter currently P9. Let's see if he can improve position. And he does so up to P8, 1:22.232. MLB also improving up to P9 with a 1:22.306. Let's check to see here. Boogie, the other Haas that was just ahead. Got 2 Asian running behind him, but Boogie's on a time lap, improving on his first sector. again improving on his second sector. Keeping a close eye in here. Rasha, purple mini sector so far, improving on his first sector. Boogie looking to move up from P12. Can't do it. Still P12. So let's head up to Rasha. Improved in the first sector. Second sector was a wash. P3 for Rasha. Then we're going to go down to Dom. Coming through the final corner, has not improved first sector, improved middle sector. Can't improve on his lap, P6. Let's head up to our front runners. Sasuke is going to come across the line first. Fastest middle sector, personal best first sector. Purple mini sectors in the third sector so far. Let's see what it can do across the line. First place with a 127.97. Let's go back to SC Fire. Also, purple sectors can't do it. 128.87 at the end. Last car to run is going to be 2 Asian, improving up to P8. So that is going to do it for qualifying. Your pole setter, Sasuke, with a 127.97. Let's get a screenshot of this real quick. We'll head back to the intermission screen. We'll give everybody 5 minutes, so it's going to be 28. All right, so now everyone's getting their strategies set up for the 4-stop race. Calendar while we wait. So again, tonight we're at Qatar. Then we are going to take a break for North American Thanksgiving or United States Thanksgiving weekend. And then we're back December 7th for the IRL race Abu Dhabi. Then we're into Spain, followed up by the United States Sprint. And then we are on to a holiday break until January 4th. We're at Canada with a multi-stop. Then January 11th, we're in Austria for a sprint. January 18th, Hungary. January 25th, China. And then we're going to finish Season 7 February 1st with a multi-stop around Belgium. A 3-minute warning has been given to our drivers as we're letting everyone figure out what their strategies are going to be for these 4 stops that they need to do. Take a look real quick at our system to make sure that everything went through correctly. bit. We may have had a little bit of a hiccup or some telemetry initially, but it looks like we're ready for the fall. Results get through, so we're going to get ready. So 1 minute now. Let's head down to the racetrack. Drop off the music so I don't forget it. And we'll be getting ready to race. Less than a minute left to go in the Discord. The reminder, 4-stop race. Let's go command has been given to our drivers in the Discord. So we'll wait for them to ready up as we head down for the formation lap here at Qatar. There's the beeps in the background. All right, so let's get rid of those graphics. Wait for our graphics to load in. There they go. So here it is, your pole setter. Sasuke up in front. Then we got P2, SC Fire. Next up, it's going to be the Red Bull of F4. Great to have him back. He missed the first couple of rounds of the season, but now he is here on the track. Rasha in the Alpine P4. I That Man of the Sauber duo, starting from P5. Then the Aston Martin of Dynamic, starting P6. P7, Dom, one of our reserves. They got 2 Asian in the Ferrari, P8. Followed up by the Haas of Firefighter. The other Aston Martin of MLB, the Show Me Your D, starting P10. A reminder, we scored top 12 at Prowler Racing League. P11's Gangy in the Williams, starting on the hards. Then you got Boogie, Mr. Consistency, starting P12 in the Haas, also on the hard tires. Then P13, Anime Boy, the other reserve for the Mercedes team, starting on the softs. Jay Sims, P14 on the softs. And our newest driver, Aardvark, bringing up the back on the softs as well. So let's head up to the front of the grid as the grid files in as we get ready to race here at Qatar. Wish everybody luck. Game's loading in. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. And we're racing Prowler Racing League season number 7, race 4 here at Qatar. Sasuke up in front, followed by SC Fire F4. Going a little bit wide there, allowing Rasha to move up to P3. A little bit of tussle in the back. Looks like it was Boogie falling back. It's got wing damage. So he's going to be in recovery mode as we go on. F4 and Rasha side by side trying to battle it out. Here's what the game is predicting, which is meaningless because we are requiring our drivers to do 4 pit stops. Looking at tire life, softs are predicted to go 7 to 9 laps. Mediums, 10 to 12. Hards, which only 2 drivers are on the hards, 13 to 15 laps. We only have 29 laps here, so everyone's going to be pushing very hard from the get-go. As we've seen when we've done these 4-stop races before, it is a mad sprint the entire race. Everyone's staying line to stern so far. Sasuke puts us the fastest lap so far of the race, picking up the extra point after the first lap. Everyone going single file, heading down to turn 1. F4 getting a little squirrely there. Rasha falling back. Dynamic. Having the other Sauber of I That Man closing ever so closely to the backside. Everyone will have DRS this lap, but it's only on the main straight. This circuit is very high speed, not a lot of straightaways, which is going to make it very difficult for any passing. Best thing anyone can do is what these guys are doing right now, is staying super close to the car in front of them, battling that dirty air, waiting until they get back onto the main straight to make a move down to turn number 1. Yeah, it looks like we're pretty much going line to stern with everybody. Let's take a look at what the gain loss is for everyone. So Aardvark moving up 3 positions. Currently your biggest mover. Biggest downturn is actually going to be Boogie with the wing damage, but he carried on, not pitting after that. Only 20% on the left front, so not the end of the world. But luckily he will have clean air ahead of him. He just won't have the DRS train. Rasha defending to the inside. Dynamic making the move around the outside. Getting a little bit squirrely, almost making contact there. Gets ahead. I That Man going for a move as well, pushing Rasha out of it, but Rasha not letting Dynamic get away as you can see them coming through. I That Man losing out to 2 Asian as we head down to turn 5. Asian looks like he got a little bit wide off the track. Big moment there for this pack that's fighting for P4 at this point. Dynamic getting a warning for a corner cut. Maybe around turn 13. Heading up to the highest point of the circuit, turn 16. So we're going to keep an eye on here. They spread out a little bit, so actually it looks like the move might be from Dom in the back. It's Firefighter. I That Man dives in for the first pit stop for him. Oh, your leader, there he goes out of his pit box. So let's take a look at our total pit stops are so far. Oh, and he gets out in front of Asian. Great pit stop there for the Sauber. So 11th all the way down to 15th have completed their first of 4 pit stops for tonight. And it looks like medium for Sasuke I That Man. Asian going softs from his pit stop. And Aardvark as well going with the softs. So let's head back up to the front. Too far. Come on, dude. So your leader, SC Fire, leading F4 up to turn 16, coming out to the straightaway. Let's see if the leader decides to come to the pits, and he does, which then promotes F4 to the lead. So this might have been SC Fire reacting to Sasuke as he came into the pits last lap. And SC coming out behind Sasuke pretty far back. So it looks like Sasuke was able to keep the push. The outlap after doing the pit stop to really gain some time on the Sauber SC Fire. So SC Fire electing to go softs on his second stint, so he will have the speed. Right now, Sasuke on the back of Boogie. Boogie starting the race on the hard with that wing damage. You can barely see it. It's only 20%, so his end plate's still there. But Boogie knows that fight's not his, and Sasuke goes through up to P8. So F4 and Dynamic into the pit, promoting Rasha to your new leader so far of the race. So right now, only people who have yet to do their first round of pit stops is going to be Anime Boy, Rasha, MLB, and Fire, and Boogie. So Sasuke right now is basically effectively your leader. SC Fire almost 3 seconds back. That man picking up 3-second time penalty. Looks like he is pushing hard, defending against the soft tire of Asian. So unfortunately, we'll have to deal with that 3-second time penalty at the end of this race. Going to have to try to build a gap from those behind him. Jay Sims picking up a 3-second penalty. That man looking for the move on the inside of F4. Got it done now as they head down to turn 12, but F4 spins out. That might have been a net coding issue because he's still rolling. But he did lose quite a few positions there. Now has the medium tires of Dynamic behind him. So I'm not sure if F4 is having net coding issues or if he actually has control issues. But a lot of cars coming in for their second round of pits. Dynamic going for the outside move on F4. Gets it done into the braking zone of turn 1. Dynamic up to P5. So very interesting to see all the different strategies playing out tonight. Let's go check out Aardvark on the back of Rasha very quick. Right on the gearbox there, getting a little bit wide, but still keeping it on track. Tire wear not really an issue for our drivers tonight as they are quickly going through the pit stops. It'll be interesting to see what everyone decides to do. If they decide to do all their pit stops early on and then just do the long game, is a possibility. Some drivers might be waiting for a safety car to get a free pit stop then. But right now, Rasha pulling a gap now on Aardvark not being able to close that in. So let's go look at another close gap. We'll head up to Asian. Oh, Asian comes into the pits. Fastest lap for Dynamic. Aardvark also into the pits. Asian zipping out right in front on the hard tires. We'll see what the strategy is here for Asian as he comes down the pit lane. Pit lane delta right around 27 seconds. So let's head up to the front. Your leader, Sasuke, 3.3 ahead of SC. So now as everyone's kind of evening out as they come through here, as Boogie's exiting the pits. Let's take a look at total pit stops. So your top 11 have completed one pit stop. Whereas, Dynamic picks up a 3-second time penalty. So let's go down the running order so far. We're on lap 9 of 29. After everyone's completed at least one pit stop, Sasuke, your leader, started on pole, currently in first. Then you got SC Fire second to second on the soft tires. Then you got I That Man, started fifth, currently up to third. Does unfortunately have a 3-second time penalty that he will have to contend with as this race continues on. Then you got fastest lap, Dynamic, started sixth, currently in fourth with 3 seconds as well. Then you got F4, started third, dropping back to fifth now, currently on the hard tires, chasing down Dynamic ahead. Then we got Rasha on the medium, started fourth, currently in sixth. A reservist Dom on the hard tires, started seventh, breaking even into seventh. MLB, the Show Me Your D, started 10th, currently up to 8th, so he's moving up on the soft tires currently. Anime Boy, our other reserve in the Mercedes, 13th up to 9th right now on the mediums. Firefire started 9th, dropped back to 10th now on the mediums. Then you got Jay Sims, started 14th, currently up to 11th, but does have a 3-second time penalty that he will have to contend with towards the end of this race. Currently on the soft tires, looking to push as hard as he can to make up some ground. Then you got Asian, started 8th, currently in 12th, has done 2 pit stops so far. Next up, newcomer Aardvark. Just picked up a 3-second time penalty there, going wide. Started 15th, currently up to 13th on the medium tires with a 3-second time penalty to contend with. Then you got Boogie, Mr. Consistency, had that wing damage early on at the start of the race, has pitted to get rid of that, done 2 pit stops so far on the mediums, no time penalties for him. Started 12th, currently in 14th. Gangy in the Williams, picked up a 3-second time penalty, started the race in 11th, currently in 15th. We have had no retirements so far in this race, so hopefully we can keep that going. So, as predicted, this track does have a tendency to kind of even the field out. That close racing doesn't really happen because it is such high speed, but right now the closest fight on track is going to be Dom and MLB. So let's go to them. As you can see, MLB coming out of 15 up to 16, chasing down Dom by half a second back. Gangy picks up another 3-second time penalty. That puts him up to 6 seconds in penalties. Gangy pushing just a little bit too hard. Got to keep it on the track. So this gap really a little bit growing, so Dom is able to have MLB fall back just a little bit, pulling away. So let's go a little bit further up. As Dynamic was closing on an F4, it's dropped back a little bit now. Mind you, he's on the mediums to F4's hards. Gangy with another warning. He's got to be a little bit more careful. He's going to pick up another time penalty. Gap now down to 6/10, 5/10 between F4 and Dynamic. F4 on the hard tires. Dynamic with a 3-second time penalty on the mediums. So SC Fire up in front with very worn tires. Continues on, but Sasuke and I That Man coming into the pits to switch off their tires. Dynamic up to P2, getting past F4. Still battling it out through turn 2. F4 not wanting to let him get away. But Dynamic does have the medium tire advantage, which I believe the tire delta almost half a second faster than the hard tires. So that is the disadvantage that F4 had against Dynamic. But Dynamic is not giving up, using the ERS to close in. So Sasuke, after his second pit stop, comes out into P8 behind Firefighter. Bit of a gap now, so Sasuke is going to be pushing very hard because pretty soon SC Fire will be coming into the pits. As he is sitting at 58% in the front and 54% on the rear on the soft tires. Let's see what he does if he chooses. He does not. Continues on. Let's take a look at what the last lap times are. So SC's last lap was 1:26.808. Let's see what Sasuke's is as he comes across the line momentarily. Mind you, that was an out lap. So that's a 1:45. So it's not a surprise because that was an out lap. So we'll have to check that again as they come around on the next lap, assuming SC Fire does not come into the pits. Take a look and see if there's any close battles. Actually, there is. Rasha ran the back of Aardvark. Aardvark and Rasha going back and forth down in P10. Rasha on the softs. Apologize for jumping around on screen. Unfortunately, with how this game is, you cannot easily switch to a car. Wish we could, but I gotta just push a button until we get to it. Sometimes I overshoot it. But Rasha building the gap now on Aardvark. Aardvark down in P11 on the mediums. Rasha pushing on those softs as much as he can early on. SC Fire's softs are going. Sasuke left the session. So AI is running his car as of lap 13. So hopefully he can get back into the game. And he just messaged his Discord it crashed. His game crashed on him. So this is going to change our running order quite a bit. Close fight here between F4, Rasha, and Dynamic. F4 on brand new hard tires, pushing to keep up with Rasha. As your current leader is Dom out in front, followed by Anime Boy. So let's take a look at our total pit stop so far. Gangy picks up another 3-second. Whoa! Rasha getting sideways coming into the pit lane. Not sure if that was the game resetting him to the pit lane or if that was his quick thinking with his finger controls. That was crazy entry into the pit. So Gangy picks up 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane and retires from the session. So everyone has done 2 pit stops except for Rasha, who has done 3, and Aardvark. So everyone else still needs to do 2 more pit stops. Let's take a look at what the gaps are. Let's head up to, that's AI. So let's watch 2 Asian. F4 picks up 3-second time penalty. Yellow flag down into turn number 1. I believe that is for the retiring Williams of Gangy. So Asian staying right on that rear gearbox of Dynamic. Anime Boy retiring from the session. Not sure what happened there. It doesn't show any damage on the soft tires, but did retire in the pit lane. So, 2 cars out of our race so far. We're on lap 16 of 29 at Qatar. Gap right now between Sasuke and I That Man, less than a second. Gap is closing down. Is he back? I might have missed it. He might be back. Let's take a look at what the telemetry shows. Into the pit lane for Sasuke. So, quick pit stop there. I believe Sasuke is back in control of the car because I don't think the game would make him pit right then. So, let's take a look at what the running order is. Put up to the front. SC Fire, your leader. Take a look at what the total pit stops are. So, SC Fire, 2 pit stops, currently on soft tires. His teammate, I That Man, on 2 pit stops, currently on the hards, with a 3-second time penalty. Then you got Dynamic, 2 stops, currently on the hards, with a 3-second time penalty. Then Asian with 2 pit stops, currently P4 running on the hards, no time penalties, being chased down by F4 on the hards, does have an outstanding 3-second time penalty. I That Man, your new leader, as SC Fire dives into the pits. So we'll go through Sasuke picking up a 3-second time penalty. Let's take a look at what the gaps are here. So again, the field is pretty spread out. A little bit of a lockup there from Dynamic. Your top 3 cars all running 3-second time penalties. So The race between the top three is head-to-head. As Dom and P4 needs to get within 3 seconds of F4, but quite a few of our drivers still have a few more pit stops left to go. We're on lap 18 of 29 here at Qatar. I That Man, your leader, out in front, followed by Dynamic in F4. SC Fire coming out to the track behind Firefighter in P6. Looking to make a move. Sasuke absolutely flying right now. Fastest first sector. So SC Fire going for a move on the inside of Firefighter. Down to turn 1. Makes it happen. Sasuke also going for a move. Last second decision up to P5. Here's your speed trap for your top 3 fastest cars. Dynamic, 212 miles per hour. Rasha and F4 all at 212 miles per hour. Looking forward, there it is. So SC Fire puts down fastest first sector, being chased by Sasuke. Gap staying pretty close. 180 as they head into turn 12. So Sasuke losing time in the corners, in these high-speed corners, but picking up in the little straightaways that there are. 10 laps left to go. SC Fire getting so close, but doesn't make the move into turn 1. As we're on lap 20 of 29. So as our 9th, 10th, and 11th place cars come out onto track, let's take a look at what our total pit stops are to give us a good picture. Dynamic gets another warning. Oh, and a 3-second time penalty. So Dynamic up to 6 seconds in P4. So let's take a look at what the total pit stops are. 3. So everyone has done 3 except for Aardvark. Aardvark, with the 4th stop completed, everyone still has to do 1 more pit stop in these next few laps around Qatar. Nine laps left to go. Sasuke thinking about making a move, looks to the inside, hugs that curb. SC getting very squirrely, but maintains the inside of 2. Wheel-to-wheel racing out of 3. Still side by side as we head down to turn number 4. Sasuke getting right back into behind SC Fire. Both these cars are on medium tires. Sasuke does have a 3-second time penalty, and I That Man behind also has a 3-second time penalty. So SC Fire wants to win this outright by being in front, but could, in theory, let Sasuke go and stay within that 3-second window. But a reminder, they still have 1 more pit stop to go. nose of that McLaren right into the gearbox of that Sauber. All while that third place Sauber, that man getting closer and closer. Sasuke now in a Sauber sandwich as they head down to turn number 1. SC Fire taking the shorter line against the pit wall. Now, strategy call is going to come into place. Do you pit early or do you pit the same lap? It's all down to Sasuke because SC Fire, he can't react. He'll have to make the call. Whereas Dynamic and That Man can react to SC Fire out in front. But the Saubers will have to be careful because they will have to double stack if they both come at the same time. That Man picks up another 3 seconds, so now he's up to 6 seconds of time penalties. So, third place and fourth place racing straight up. Your top 3 all within a second of each other. But who's going to flinch first for that final pit stop? And they both come at the same time. So the Saubers do not double stack it. That Man continues on. He's going to push like hell to get away from them. McLaren going out with the hards for the final stint of the night. SC Fire going with the mediums and gets out in front. So the Saubers keeping the McLaren behind as they're going to exit the pit lane now. So SC Fire does have grip advantage on the McLaren as we continue on. So now we're going to keep an eye on where these guys are now. But your current leader, That Man out in front with a gap of 3.7 back to Dynamic and Asian. So we'll keep a close eye on this group here. We'll see who's going to blink first out of this group. Dynamic on the advantage with the soft tires, but they are wearing very much faster than the Ferraris. Here we are at turn 16. Let's see what they decide to do if they continue on. They both dive into the pits. Oh, Dynamic picks up 10 seconds. Couldn't slow it down in time. Entering the pit lane way too fast. That is going to be race over for him. They do get the pit stop done before the Ferraris. But that speeding the pit lane gives him a total of 16 seconds of penalties. So Dynamic coming on the softs. Oh, right in front of Firefighter. Firefighter just banging into the back of Dynamic. Not sure if that was just a misjudgment on the pass or not. We'll see how that goes. Firefighter also on the softs, but his are very worn. So now Dynamic's going to be working his butt off to build a gap to Asian behind. So That Man going further out. He's now 12 seconds ahead of Dom. So let's see if we actually go up to That Man. Let's see what. Come on, game. Get with it. Into the pits he comes. Slows it down just in time. Doesn't give me a rejoin position. So we'll have to see. He's going to come out probably in 8th, it looks like. Dynamic picking up another 3-second time penalty. Putting him up to a total of 19 seconds. So That Man trying so hard to get out in front of Sasuke, can't get it done. So your top three, the Sauber sandwich, is back at it again. Lap 25 of 29. Sasuke picks up another 3 seconds, currently up to 6. So he is racing head to head with I That Man in P3. And SC Fire just needs to stay out in front. He's got this win in the bag. So let's take a look at where our total pit stops are so far. Boogie's the only car left to make his final pit stop for tonight. But everyone has completed their 4 required pit stops. So now it's just a mad dash sprint to the end of the race. SC Fire out in front by 2.8 seconds on the medium tires. 4 laps left to go. Let's go take a look at our running order. Let's go through a race story real quick with all of our cars out on track as everyone's completed their 4 pit stops. SC Fire started P2, currently up in first place. 3 seconds back, you've got Sasuke. Pole position, now currently running second place, but does have that outstanding 6-second time penalty. Next up, the other Sauber of I That Man, currently running on the hard tires, started 5th, currently in 3rd with 6 seconds of time penalties. Followed up by Dynamic in the Aston Martin, started 6th, currently in 4th. 19 seconds of time penalties, 10 of those from that late break into the pit lane. Couldn't slow it down in time and picked up a penalty. Next up, we got 2 Asian in P5. Started 8th, moving up to 5th. No time penalties for him. Currently on the mediums, only 2 laps old on that, so he's going to go to the end on those. Everyone's going to go to the end. Then we got F4 coming back to the league after being away for a little bit. Started 3rd, currently in 6th. Does, unfortunately, have 6 seconds of time penalties to contend with as he's chasing down the Ferrari. Next up, we've got our reserve driver of Dom. Started 7th, breaking even to 7th, scoring a significant amount of points for the Mercedes team. No time penalties for him, so great race so far on the soft tires to finish this race. Aardvark, our newest driver, started P15 due to the qualifying ban, making his way all the way up to P8 right now. Does, unfortunately, have a 3-second time penalty, so he will need to try to get past Dom and then build a gap, but we only have a few laps left to go. That looks to be unlikely. Next up, in P9, MLB, the Show Me Your D. Started 10th, currently up to 9th. No penalties for him as he's racing along to finish out this race for the Aston Martin team. Then we've got Rasha. Started 4th, unfortunately dropping all the way down to 10th now. Does have a 3-second time penalty that he'll have to contend with in the next few laps, whereas he's chasing MLB. So even if he gets past MLB, he will have to build a gap, which won't be possible in time for the end of the race. Next up, we got Firefighter. Started 9th, currently in 11th. No time penalties, so he's just keeping it clean. Unfortunately, dropping back a little bit, still scoring points. Next up, we got Boogie. Mr. Consistency started 12th, currently in 12th. No penalties. Double check, make sure he did his final pit stop. He did, which is why the gap now ahead is 26 seconds to his teammate. But he will be picking up that final point for the Haas team. Next up, we got Jay Sims. Started 14th, currently up to 13th. Does, unfortunately, have 6 seconds of time penalties that will go tacked on to him at the end of the race. Then we have 2 cars out. We're back up to the front. SC Fire leading us away with a gap of 2.2 seconds back to Sasuke. And then P2, you have Sasuke with Dynamic chasing him down 2.8 seconds back. we'll have to keep a close eye on right now because actually 2 Asian closing in on I That Man. I That Man does have 6 seconds of penalties, so in theory, Asian could be looking at podium. No. Did I do the math right? Asian has no penalties. Dynamic has 19, which will drop him back very far. And then I That Man has 6 seconds. Asian's within that window. So, yeah, Asian could be looking at a podium here at Qatar from P5. So we're on the final lap here. We're going to keep a close eye. He can overtake him. Doesn't need to, but he could. Either run the risk of overtaking or just maintain position, keeping within range of... Yeah. So anyways, let's go back up to the front. Your race leader, SC Fire, currently in the 2nd sector. Doing a great job managing tires and strategy throughout this race. Everyone in the Discord going, how are we going to do a 4-stop race? Well, it has given us quite a gambit of strategy for this MotoGP track. So as he's coming down turn 16, here is your winner. About to be across the line, SC Fire. Across the line. Wins it. Sasuke across the line, then Dynamic. Asian picking up a penalty. It's going across the line quite crazy here. So it was SC Fire P1, Sasuke P2, Asian P3, I That Man P4, F4 P5, Dom P6, Dynamic P7, Aardvark P8, MLB coming down the line. P9, Rasha crashing out before the line. Losing out the firefighter, Rasha, P11. Here comes Boogie through turn 15. Finishing us out. Across the line, Boogie picking up the final point of tonight. Then the Red Bull of Jay Sims as he's coming down to finish out his lap. Across the line, P13. But again, your winner, SC Fire, with a great strategy call, getting it done here at Qatar. Let's go screenshots here. Driver of the day is going to be Asian. Well deserved on that one. Let's take a screenshot. Continue on. Results without big penalties. Screenshot that. And then screenshot that. Oh, lost all that connection. That's fine. So let's head to our intermission screen. So that is going to do it for us tonight. Prowler Racing League season number 7, round 4 at Qatar. Your winner, SC Fire, out in front. So again, we are off next Sunday for the American Thanksgiving weekend. We'll be back December 7th for round number 5, the Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a good night.